I did a film with an absolute idiot of a co-star, and this human being was being so insecure and angry because this person couldn't get the scenes out. And I think I was so vulnerable and uncomfortable.
Ryan Reynolds might be Hollywood's golden boy, but behind the sarcastic grin lies a side that's left some of his co-stars furious, and others vowing to never work with him again. Some of their words were so brutal, they might just change how you see Ryan forever. Also, every time you subscribe, I get closer to affording another coffee, which keeps me awake enough to dig up more Hollywood drama for you. So, hit that button, or my caffeine supply runs dry. The Jersey Shore cast calls him out. When Sammy Sweetheart Giancola and Dina Cortese appeared on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen, they were asked about rude celebrities. Sammy hesitated, but Dina let the name slip. Ryan Reynolds. Dina tried to soften it by saying, "He was not great to us, but I love him and Blake Lively." Sammy added, "Maybe he was having a bad day." But this was just the beginning. Ryan's behavior on set with A-list actors would get much worse. What made this incident particularly jarring was the contrast with Ryan's polished, funny public persona, making fans question how genuine his charm really is. Rebecca Ferguson's traumatizing set experience. Rebecca Ferguson described a terrifying experience working with a co-star who screamed at her in front of everyone.
I did a film with an absolute idiot of a co-star, and this human being was being so insecure and angry because this person couldn't get the scenes out. And I think I was so vulnerable and uncomfortable that I got screamed at. But because this person was number one on a call sheet, there was no safety net for me. So no one had my back. And I remember the next day I walked on and I said, "You get off my set." It's the first time I've ever spoken. I remember being so scared. I said, "You can F off. I'm going to work towards a tennis ball. I never want to see you again."
She refused to name the person, but later revealed she had to demand that the actor turn their back so she could act toward the back of their head instead.
And Rebecca had to go through an alternative route to stand up for herself.
And I said, "But the person can turn around and I can act to the back head."
Since Rebecca made this statement dissing an unknown but popular figure,
imagine having to act alongside someone who made you feel so unsafe that you couldn't even look at them. Speculation quickly pointed to Ryan Reynolds on the set of the 2017 sci-fi thriller Life. Ferguson promoted the movie separately from co-stars Ryan and Jake Gyllenhaal, raising eyebrows. To make matters worse, after speaking out, Ferguson claimed colleagues called to warn her, "You know what you've done, right?" This added an even more sinister layer to the story, suggesting that powerful figures in Hollywood close ranks to protect their own. Jake Gyllenhaal and the friendship breakup. Ryan and Jake Gyllenhaal once had a bromance. Their chemistry during interviews promoting Life was infectious, with fans dubbing them the ultimate Hollywood friendship. But in a later interview, when asked about their friendship, Jake brushed it off. His words were cold. "I have nothing to say to him."
You have an ongoing feud with Ryan.
Who?
You know that guy. What's it gonna take for him to actually be BFFs with you?
Well, I mean, in truth, there was a time in which we were.
And it appears Ryan may have done something Jake finds unforgivable because he dismissed him without giving a damn.
Any words for Ryan, seeing as the next time we talk to him, he will
nothing
be
to
seeing
say.
that.
I have nothing to say to him.
Something clearly happened. Fans speculated their falling out was connected to the tension on the Life set. But whatever went down, it severed what seemed to be an unbreakable Hollywood friendship. The awkward tension between the two became apparent in subsequent interviews, with fans noticing how carefully they avoided referencing each other. Morena Baccarin frozen out of Deadpool. Morena Baccarin played a key role in Deadpool, but her presence faded in the sequel, and she was noticeably absent from promotional events for the third installment. Reports suggest she clashed with Ryan Reynolds on set. Photos from the Deadpool and Wolverine premiere show Baccarin isolated, standing apart from the rest of the cast. Fans speculated that their behind-the-scenes dispute led to Morena's diminishing role and exclusion from major press events, a classic example of an actor being quietly sidelined in the industry. T.J. Miller's explosive exit. T.J. Miller, who played Weasel in Deadpool, said he would never work with Ryan again. He described a painful moment when Ryan, in character, mocked him by saying, "You're not the star."
really weird moment on Deadpool where he said, let's do one more take. And everyone was like, okay. And I was like, yeah, I'm fine. And then as the character, he was like horrifically mean to me, but to me.
Cathartic.
As if I'm Weasel. Mm-hmm. So he was like, what's great about you, Weasel? You're not the star, but you just, you do just enough exposition that it's funny, and then we can leave and get back to the real movie.
Miller insisted this wasn't a joke, but a personal attack driven by Ryan's insecurities. Miller described it as a particularly cruel moment because it was delivered under the guise of humor, weaponizing comedy, something Ryan is known for, against a fellow actor. This made fans question whether Ryan's signature sarcasm could sometimes hide real malice. Director Tim Miller quits Deadpool. Franchise. Tim Miller directed the first Deadpool movie, but left the franchise after clashing with Ryan. Miller said Ryan wanted full control. "You can successfully work that way as a director, but I can't," Tim explained. Miller's departure shocked fans, as the first Deadpool was critically acclaimed and beloved by audiences. The idea that behind the success was a power struggle only added to the growing image of Ryan as a controlling force behind the scenes. Scarlett Johansson's toxic marriage. Ryan married Scarlett Johansson in 2008, but their union was short-lived. After their split, Scarlett hinted at jealousy and controlling behavior. She said she disliked passive-aggressive jealousy and controlling partners, comments widely interpreted as references to Ryan. Their relationship was seen as a Hollywood fairy tale at first, but insiders later revealed that Ryan struggled with Scarlett's rising star power, particularly as she landed roles in Marvel blockbusters. This tension reportedly led to constant power struggles within their marriage. Alanis Morissette's painful breakup. Before Scarlett, Ryan dated singer Alanis Morissette. After their breakup, Alanis channeled her heartbreak into her album Flavors of Entanglement. Lyrics like "I'm unbelievably insecure" fueled speculation that Ryan's insecurities strained their relationship. Alanis later described the split as devastating, suggesting that the emotional toll was far deeper than fans initially realized. Quentin Tarantino and Chris Columbus slam. Hollywood heavyweight Quentin Tarantino mocked Ryan's Netflix projects, saying, "I don't know what any of those movies are. Have you seen them?" Director Chris Columbus criticized Ryan's attempt to reboot Home Alone with a stoner twist called Stoned Alone. Columbus called the idea an insult to cinema. Both comments painted a picture of an actor whose success is viewed by some industry veterans as more about commercial deals than artistic quality. Gerard Butler's subtle dig. When asked about the similarities between his movie Gamer and Ryan's Free Guy, Butler said, "I don't watch Ryan Reynolds movies." Ouch. For fans, Butler's offhand comment was a reminder that while Ryan might dominate headlines, not everyone in Hollywood is impressed by his work. Is Ryan Reynolds the charming icon we all adore, or is there a darker side to his success? Let me know what you think in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Every sub gets me one step closer to affording another coffee, because spilling this much tea is exhausting.